MacVoices at Pepcom. IOGEAR's new hardware is perfect for those with multiple Macs. MacVoices is sponsored by RocketMoney. Stop throwing your money away. Cancel unwanted subscriptions the easy way by going to rocketmoney.com/MacVoices. MacVoices is at Pepcom in Las Vegas. I'm Chuck Joyner. Folks, we had to stop by the IOGEAR booth to see what's new this year because they always have cool stuff. I have more than I should probably in my home, Marco. What do we have?
Not a problem.
Not for you.
Yeah.
What are we showing new this year?
So this year we have two KVMs. One of them is focused more on gaming, and the other one is more focused on USB-C laptops. So on the left side here we have our Nexus. So this is actually launched, came out a few months ago. So basically what it will allow you to do is you can hook up to 3 devices. It could be 2 consoles, so an Xbox, Nintendo, or it could be a PC, 2 PCs. So you have 3 devices that you could pick from. And it also has our Keymander software built in. So if you have an Xbox and you have a game that you want to use a keyboard and mouse with, you can use our Keymander software to allow you to do that, so you don't have to use the controller if you don't really like using the controller as well.
Okay.
So it has all the bells and whistles when it comes for gaming. So 4K 60 pass-through, 1440p can be up to 144 hertz. So if you have that a high-end monitor with fast refresh rate, you could hit all that as well with the KVM itself. And then it still allows you to share all your peripherals, so your keyboard and mouse between the computers and all the consoles as well.
Very nice.
Mm-hmm. And then over here, we have our USB-C Duo. So we call it our Dock Pro Duo. So what this will let you do is it'll let you share 3 monitors and a few other peripherals between 2 USB-C laptops. So it's basically a docking station with the KVM as well. And the only reason we call it more of a docking station is because of its the easiness of using it with USB-C laptops. So it's still just one cable to each laptop, 100 watts to each laptop, so you don't have to worry about keeping them charged for any separate adapter. And then you can share 3 monitors, the peripherals, and then it also gives you a form of matrix switching as well. So we use 2 chipsets. We use a DisplayPort alt mode chipset on the HDMI, and then our display ports use DisplayLink. So what that will let you do is if you want to set just the HDMI port to one computer and maybe keep an eye on your emails, and then on your other computer you want to do some personal stuff or work on some other things, you could do that as well. So you can still keep an eye on both of them. And then when you want to do the full focus switch over to the other one, if you need to do it, you can do that with a button switch as well.
I want to make sure I heard that right. So I can have 2 laptops and I can select both of them to be on some of the screens at any given time.
Yeah, so right now what we have is the MacBook on all 3 of them.
Right.
So if we press this one here, what I'll do is I'll switch just the HDMI port to the HP Envy that we have hooked up. So right now, I don't know, you see the spotlight went up. So the keyboard and mouse is still on the MacBook. So everything's still functioning on the MacBook. But if you needed to check something over here, you could do that as well. And then if you wanted to do the full switch over, you would press it one more time. And then with this switch, it has everything, the keyboard and mouse and everything. And then it just cycles back to the same way to the other computer.
Okay, so let's go through some specifics.
Mm-hmm.
So they have to be USB-C monitors?
No, so the monitors themselves, we have an HDMI port on the back and then 2 display ports.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And the keyboard is the keyboard and mouse. Do I need to use these, or can I use a third party?
You can use a third party. The only thing that we do have a specific keyboard port. So we do recommend to plug in your keyboards into that port if you want to have the hotkey functions to work. So instead of using the push button, if you want to hit the shift key twice, they'll do the same process, the same switching.
Okay.
So really the only thing we recommend is to stay with a 104 key keyboard. Sometimes when you get those keyboards with all those macro keys and extra buttons and all that stuff, the the docking station itself won't pick it up as a keyboard, and it won't allow those hotkeys to work. So that's the only recommendation. But it could be you could put in a wireless dongle into there and just use a wireless keyboard if you want to do that as well.
And it appears that I can still use the screen on my laptop as well.
Correct.
So basically I have 4 screens.
Yeah. So you could have the laptop open or closed if you want to run 4 screens as well. Yeah, that's easy. Mm-hmm.
I see one of these in my future. Again, you're going to do it to me. What's the availability and pricing on these?
So this one, we're hoping to have it available around June timeframe. Hopefully we bring it in a little bit quicker. And MSRP, we're looking at $299.
That's not bad at all.
Yeah. So for dual host capabilities, 100 watts to each computer as well. So it really eliminates a lot of the factors that you need to, keep in hand when you have multiple computers and 3 monitors and all these other stuff as well. And actually, one thing I forgot to mention about the DP alt mode HDMI port as well. Another advantage that we have is that if you have a tablet or maybe a laptop that isn't normally in your system and doesn't have the display link drivers installed for the other 2 monitors, you could just plug in and at least the HDMI monitor will fire up. So if you wanted to do something quick with your tablet or someone else's laptop or something like that, you could plug it in and at least get 1 monitor fired up as well.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
That's great. The website where folks can go to learn more, and then where I can go to order one.
So yeah, you could go to www.iogear.com. Web pages are live for both of these already, of course with the coming soon sign. And then all that information to order one would be through that same page as well.
Great. Marco, thanks so much for the time. Very cool products.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you. Folks, more from Pepcom in Las Vegas. I'm Chuck Joyner. This is MacVoices. Visit MacVoices.com for show notes and to connect with Chuck on social media. Get involved in our Facebook group or like our Facebook page, and get more out of your Apple tech with MacVoices magazine, free on Flipboard and on the web. And if you find value in it all, consider supporting us through either our Patreon campaign at patreon.com/MacVoices or by making a one-time donation via the PayPal link on our front page and in the show notes of each episode. You will join these fine people who help bring you Mac Voices. Advertising handled by Backbeat Media at backbeatmedia.com. Bandwidth provided by CacheFly at cachefly.com.